Hello everybody, WWJD here of the Pacific Storm Allies Gamers, bringing you another Pacific Storm Allies modding tutorial. In this tutorial I will be showing you how to build new units for the game Pacific Storm Allies. However, this is much larger than what one tutorial can give you, so I'm going to split it up into probably a series of maybe 5 different tutorials, all on how to build your own unit into the game. These tutorials will cover how to make new ships and how to make new aircraft, or if you want, just edit existing ships or aircraft. So we're going to start off with ships. This is a ship that I have made already, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you exactly what each file we have, what file is needed, and what changes were made to get you what we have. Now this ship that I've made is actually a clone, meaning that it was taken from another ship in the game. It looks identical to another ship in the game and has all the same specs. However, it is its own entity. So, um, for me, what I do is I first clone a ship, and then I make the changes to the clone to make it a new ship. This is very efficient, which means because you can do your testing early and continue testing it as you do your changes to the new ship. So this is a clone. Obviously we will be making changes later on. However, for now, this will be very good for us to look at. So let's go ahead and open this up. Let's go ahead and first look over the files that are needed to make a clone. We are in need of the CCK ship underscore name, PNG, cockpit icons, game parameters, HLGUI, material, HLGUI PNG, ship name.dds, ship hit location, ship HLUI, ships PNG, ship.smu, again ship.xml, ship underscore icons material, ship underscore material, interesting name right there, ship underscore port SMU, OE modifications, OE prototypes, strategic level, and strategic level ST and strategic level TT. These are the files that you will need to make your ship. Alright, so let's go ahead and first talk a little bit about the setup. You're going to want to first, using your mod tools, if you have not watched the first video in this playlist on how to, on these modding tutorial playlists, go back to the first one. There you should find in the description a link to where you can download the mod tools, and you will need the mod tools for these projects. So if you have your mod tools, you're going to want to use your SMA unpack tool, and you're going to want to extract your arc.ooo.sma file from your game's files. From there you will go and you will find a ship that is closest to the one you want to make. So in my case, this is a destroyer, and so let's just say, for example, the Benson class was the closest one to what I want to make. So I'm going to take these files from the Benson. So instead of saying Mahan, or however, Mahan, I don't know how you pronounce that, but it'll be say Benson. And so you'll take those files, and those will be the files you edit. So you go ahead and grab all those files. Once you do that, go ahead and rename. Every time you see the name Benson, you'll rename it to whatever you want it to be in the file names. And so once you've done that, then you're set up and you're ready to start doing some real code work. Alright, so you've done your setup and you're ready to get down into the work. I like to start off with the XML files. Remember we talked about in the, I believe it's the first one, where the XML files, you have to run them through the attr-converter.exe for you to be able to edit them. This works. I have converted these, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up my Notepad++. Here it is. So here we go. Here's what we have here. We have all of our ships, or the things I copied off of the game parameters. So in the game parameters, you'll notice the game parameters is one main file. And so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to take out exactly what you want. So what you're going to want is, for ships, you're going to want to have all this. This will be found at the top. Then you want to find object name, and instead of this, let's say you're cloning it from the Benson, you'll want this to be named Benson. This will be named Benson. So you'll find this Benson ship. You'll copy this entire tag down here, and then you'll go and you'll find the ship names, again find Benson, and then you'll find units by type, and again you'll find Benson. Once you have all that, you're going to want to paste it all together into a nice clean file and name it game parameters and save it as an XML file. Alright, So you've done that, and now you're ready to make some changes. So go to your object, and you're going to rename, again, in our example, this was taken from a Benson, so you're going to want to rename it to the correct, and then you want to come down here to name. Here again, you want to rename it, and again, you want to come to SMU and rename it. A nice thing about Notepad++ is when you highlight over the name, it will highlight also all the other entities or characters that are the same. And again, you'll have to rename it all these places. So once you've renamed it, then you'll want to save this. Now again, this is the game parameters, and you have a lot of diversity in what you can edit here. You can change the acceleration rate, airplane count, all these different things. A lot of them are self-explanatory, some are not. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them today. However, I plan to make another video where I talk very specifically about each file. However, for now, we're just talking about the making of a unit. And for the making of the unit, this is all you really need to know how to do. Alright. Also, I'm going to make a note here. If you do not have Notepad++, that is okay. You can use the regular Notepad. However, Notepad++ for me works a lot better. It's designed for coding, and as you can see, it really follows well with these objects so that you can see exactly what ends and where it ends. So I would recommend, if you're going to get into modding or coding, I'd recommend get Notepad++. It's a free program, so it's totally open source, so you get nice plugins for it, and that's what I'd recommend you do. So I've already gone ahead and done all that. So we've learned how to edit this part. So let's go ahead. We've worked on the game parameters. Let's go ahead and head to our OE modifications.xml file. Again, we're going to want to open this in Notepad++. Alright, here we go. So what you're going to want is you're going to, once again, copy out the top of your OE modifications file, the original OE modifications file. And then you want to come down to ships, copy all this. Then you want to add in the object name Benson and all of its code that goes along with it. And then you're going to paste it all into one main file. And then save it as oemodifications.xml, like you can see here. Alright, the OE modifications file is more for the AI and default unit builds you'll find. So what you'll see here is it shows you all of the ports and what is at each port. But also if you continue, you'll see AI 43, or for the AI 1943, this will be their specifications for the 1943 setup and the 1945 setup for all the upgrades for the AI to do. However, for you, you really probably won't be messing a whole lot with these when you're new to it. But again, you'll want to rename Benson to whatever it is, and you'll just go through and wherever you see Benson, you're going to rename it. And again, Notepad++ is really handy when it comes with this, and you can see every time you'll need to replace it. There you go. So once you go ahead and do that, save it as oemodifications.xml. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the oeprototypes.xml. Open that Notepad++. And once again, you're going to want to copy all of this from the original prototypes file. And then you're going to want to grab the object for the Benson, or where this one originally came from. And then you want to add in all of its directory, all of its ports. The OE prototypes is for the strategic level, and this shows you all of the ports on your where you can upgrade the images for where you upgrade your ports and cannons in the strategic level. In this, if you're going to be doing a clone, there's probably not much of a need to change all these. The only time you'll ever want to change these is if you're adding or removing certain guns and sensors from a ship. And so, again, you'll want to rename the ship name right up here. Then there you go. You have your working oeprototypes.xml. Again, save it as oeprototypes.xml. Alright, the final XML file that we're going to be looking at today in this tutorial will be I'm trying to find it now. I lost it. Okay, I can't seem to, oh, here it is. There it is. Yes, Notepad. Alright, so again, oh, I apparently cloned it from the Tribble. I'm sorry. Pretend that was said Benson. Alright, but again, all you're going to want to do is you're going to copy this. You're going to want to rename its XML. And what you're going to want to do is, if you have custom images, rename this to match the name of your custom image, excluding the extension. But if you want to use a default image in the game, just go ahead and leave it as is. It's not a big deal. So there you go. That's how you edit the that's how you edit the game parameters, the OE modifications, OE prototypes, and the XML file for your ship. In the next video, we'll be talking further on how to make your own unit for the game Pacific Storm Allies. If you have any questions from this video, leave a comment below, If you want to support us in the making of these videos, hit that like button, and if you really, really want to support us, hit that subscribe button. Thank you. I will see you here, there, or in the air.